Discover solutions to issues that affect your family and professional life with practical information to help you get past life's adversities. Take a proactive approach to power up your life with Rosalie's expert resources.
And it's time to rev up your holiday spirit to kick off that holiday shopping season. Here to get you ready for the busiest shopping days of the year and beyond is Emmy award-winning technology and digital lifestyle commentator Mario Armstrong, with his great ideas to help you plan, stress less, and grab the best gifts and deals. Good morning, Mario.
Good morning, Rosalie. That is absolutely the most awesomest, did I just say that? Awesomest introduction I've ever had. Thank you.
And I am an awesomest kind of woman.
You are.
And the holiday spirit begins. So give us your #1 tip for stressing less during the holiday season.
Yeah, because it gets chaotic, Rosalie. Like everybody automatically starts thinking about the shopping rush, the intensity, the chaos, and the confusion. And that just adds to more distractions. It makes it way more emotional than it needs to be. And you become exhausted and stressed out. So the very first thing that you're going to love is not only an awesome tip, but something that you should do to make sure that you can always be stress-free as much as possible. And that's by wearing an awesome device that I have with me here. It's called Spire. It's worn on your waist or chest that helps you get the handle on your stress levels. And it does that because it's monitoring everything from your breathing, and it also understands when you're stressed out or when you're tense. And so it can send you notifications and gentle little reminders to calm down, to take a deep breath, to be more aware in the moment. So this will help you boost your focus. It'll help you boost your calm. It'll just relax you more by having those notifications to remind you.
Okay, any suggestions to help us have the peace of mind we need for the holidays and beyond?
Some of the things that I worry about losing my phone and all the photos or videos that are in that phone. And then I worry about my home. Those are like the two things I worry about like the most in terms of devices and places. And so Samsung has what's called Smart Things Home Monitoring Kit. I love this home monitoring kit because it's easy to set up and it basically acts as a virtual eyes and ears in your home. You can be able to be aware of anything like fire, smoke, water leaks, which happens a lot, home intrusions and more. Basically, you pair the smart sensors that you see here with the hub, and then you can customize all of this from an app on your phone.
Speaking of devices, what new device would make a great gift?
Well, I get a lot of questions, Rosalie, about laptops and tablets. They're always big winners. So why not get a 2-in-1? But not just any 2-in-1, gives you the best of both worlds. The HP Spectre X2 2-in-1 also has what's really critical, a 6th generation Intel Core processor that's going to give you much better high performance for work and for school stuff. Also, you get that versatility of it also being a tablet, which is going to make it easier for you to be mobile and on the go.
As for those big ticket items, we all dream of the ultimate holiday gift, a brand new car with a big red bow.
You got to use the best site in the world for this right now. You got to go to Vroom, Rosalie, VROOM. They are the largest online car store in the U.S. You can save time, a lot of hassle, and money, whether you're buying or financing or even selling your car. It's a 100% pressure-free environment, too, so there's no haggling. You don't have to worry about that. And they can deliver right to your front doorsteps, which is cool, with a 7-day money-back guarantee. And for extra holiday cash, if that's something you want, you could actually sell your car. All you got to do is take a picture and scan that vehicle identification number, take some photos of your vehicle, upload that, and they can tell you how much you can get for it right away.
Now you have your fun new car, and all you need to do is to think entertainment and unleash your inner rock star.
That's right. You got to have fun. And in order to do that, I got 2 gift ideas for the rock star in your family or the person that just loves music. First up is a wireless Bluetooth speaker, and I love iHome's products. This is the IBT12 and the IBT32. Both of these stream wirelessly, so basically any Bluetooth-enabled device is going to be able to work with them. Even though these are small, the speakers sound incredible, and it's a really cool design. It's an iconic flask shape, which is really, really awesome. And then the ultimate, if you are the air guitar ultimate in your household, this is two new ways to play. I want you to check this out. The first new way is that you can actually be in first person, which gives you a different point of view. It lets you play as if you are the head of the band, like the view is from the stage. So you really feel like you're out there looking at the crowd and the crowd is looking at you, which is awesome. And then the other way to play is something called GHTV, which is their first playable music video network where you can jump right into other music videos and compete with friends and fans as well. All of this can be found at our website at thunknews.com/stressless.
Thanks, Mario, for joining us this morning with your tips to stress less and grab the best deals.
Thank you, Rosalie. Really appreciate it.
Americans purchase around $6.5 billion in greeting cards each year. Sending season's greetings is a holiday tradition many of us love to do. But between shopping and planning and wrapping gifts and sending out the cards and taking the time to personalize them, it can end up on the bottom of your to-do list. Here with tips to spruce up the season's greetings with personality and designs using a unique new app is stationery and greeting card designer Bonnie Marcus. Good morning, Bonnie.
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you for having me here today.
Technology continues to amaze me. So tell us, how can we use our smartphones as a tool to design season's greetings?
Well, this year, the Kodak Moments app allows you to design the most amazing holiday cards in minutes right from your smartphone. So the wonderful thing about this is, I don't know about you, but I have thousands of photos just sitting on my phone. So to have an app where you could use those photos and make your holiday cards in minutes is really something special and something for a busy mom like me. It's easy to cross one more thing off your holiday to-do list.
What should we consider first when planning the design of our holiday cards?
So first I would download the Kodak Moments app, and they have hundreds of beautiful holiday card designs. So I'm a designer myself, so you'll see some of my designs on the app, but you'll see designs that are traditional, some designs that are fashion forward, other designs that are more modern. So it's really great to get a feeling for the designs available and choose a design that best suits you and your family. The next thing I would do is to look at all those photos and pick some photos that you would like to share with friends and family for the holiday season. And all you have to do is so easily pop the photo right into the holiday card template, and you could have an instant preview and see how your holiday card will look.
So we can find unique design ideas on this app?
There are so many different options. If you're creative and crafty like me and really like to be a do-it-yourselfer, you could take those photos and you could manipulate them in so many different ways. You can make them black and white. You can make them color. You can make them sepia tone. There are a number of different color filters that you could try using. You could also crop the photo accordingly. And on most cards, there's the opportunity to put a photo on the front of the card and on the back of the card as well. So you really could be your own greeting card designer and have fun with the whole process.
And this will set us apart from the rest of the cards that anyone gets.
Well, this year I did something new. I did a story card format, which I'm really excited about. It actually gives you a whole paragraph on the greeting card for you to write a message to friends and family. So maybe someone moved to Florida and they want to use this holiday greeting card also to give friends and family their new address. That information could be there. Also, maybe you had a child this year and you want to use your holiday card as a birth announcement as well. So there's lots of opportunities to be creative. With some holiday cards, there's not a lot of room for your own custom text, but with this new story card format, it really enables you to give your friends and family a fun message as well.
So what tips can you offer to beat the holiday rush and get our cards out early?
Great incentive to get those holiday cards done and again, cross off that to-do list. Also, after you design the cards, this is the feature that's my favorite, is that you could design them, you could place your order, and then you could pick them up from your local CVS or Target store. It makes the whole process much easier. Plus, there's no shipping fees. So if you're used to paying rush shipping around the holiday times, you don't have to pay any shipping, and you could get your holiday cards same day. So it's really instant gratification.
It's a win-win for all, so where do we go to get started?
So you could download the Kodak Moments app right from your app store, or you could go to kodakmoments.com. And also, most of the designs that you see here are under $1 each for most of the formats.
Thanks, Bonnie, for sharing the latest tool to create personalized season greeting cards.
Thank you. Happy holidays. Enjoy.
Technology helps take old business concepts and reinvents them into modern-day ideas. Football is old big business. Last year, NFL season had 202.3 million people watch regular season games. NFL celebrations are taking a modern twist from tailgating to homegating. Here to demonstrate how football fans can score a touchdown with their guest is entertainment expert Maureen Petrosky. Good morning, Maureen.
Good morning, Rosalie.
Tell us, what is homegating?
Homegating is a celebration of food and drink and tradition and having fun with family and friends. And last night in New York, we had a fabulous homegating party where we showcased all of our serveware, our cookware and drinkware, and even decor.
All right, so what is an NFL homegating party?
An NFL homegating party is what most people are probably already doing who aren't at the game. It is having a great time, again, creating new traditions, but we are incorporating some really fun, festive things into your space to really amp it up a little bit. I don't miss an opportunity from my front door all the way to my bathroom to insert my home team spirit. You see behind me here, I've got my team throws to keep you warm on the couch and pillows. That brings the mood into the game viewing area. And of course, everybody always loves the food and drink at a homegate party.
How can football fans incorporate their favorite teams into their games while watching the celebration?
Well, it's easier than you would think. So here I have a do-it-yourself appetizer section. So the food is a great way to incorporate your team spirit. Here we have the Pro Toaster. It puts your home team's emblem on a piece of toast. I love to set this up with some cheese, some fresh cut veggies, and a nice spicy honey. This I simply warmed honey and chili flakes in the heat-proof bowl in the microwave, and then guests can drizzle that on themselves. It's a delicious appetizer. And then I love pulled pork. It's always a fan favorite, and I make it in ahead of time, which is one of my favorite things to do as a host, so that I can be free to mingle with my guests and actually watch the game. But it goes in this heat-proof bowl so it stays nice and warm while you're entertaining.
All right, what are your favorite recipes to enjoy with friends and family on game day?
One of my favorite things to do is take a crock pot and use it a little bit differently. Typically people put in there their chili or their meatballs or sausage. I like to put a nice warm dip in there. Again, another fan favorite. This is a simple chicken buffalo dip, a little hot sauce, a little bit of cheese, and some nice shredded chicken. You can put that on top of a baguette. Guests love it. You can also use your crock pot to serve nice warm drinks. Super Bowl 50 is right around the corner, so we've got some great Super Bowl 50 gear too, so you can celebrate that at home. And it's always cold here. I know it's probably not as cold where you are, but you can put warm drinks in there and ladle it out for your guests to enjoy.
Tell us some of your top tips for keeping your guests happy throughout the entire game.
Well, many of them are happy just watching the game, but you're right. For me, it's always the kids that are running around, and you want to keep them engaged. So one of the things that I love to do is let them set up some snack stations themselves. So we use here our tumblers, or we've got our tankards, and fill them with little snacks like pretzel sticks or breadsticks. I let the kids then serve them, put them around the tables, and I also let the kids go around and take the orders from their aunts and uncles and our neighbors and friends, and then go back, and they can basically be like little servers. Then they can go around and collect their tips in their tankard if they want. It makes it fun and interactive for everybody.
Thanks, Maureen, for sharing your crowd-pleasing treats to serve up a spirited homegating party.
Thanks for having me, Rosalie. Have a great homegate.
According to the Small Business Administration, there's over 2 million small businesses right here in Florida. Small businesses account for more than 90% of the national economy. Here to recognize very special small businesses is Bill Rancic, nationally recognized entrepreneur and the first ever winner of The Apprentice. You can watch him also on the reality TV show Juliana and Bill. Bill joins us this morning to announce the national finalists of a big game contest to help small businesses. Good morning, Bill.
Well, good morning. I appreciate you having me on again.
All right, Bill, tell us about the big game contest.
Well, this is the second time we've done it. It's through Intuit QuickBooks, and it's really a program to help fuel the success of small business. So we're giving away a fully paid, fully produced commercial that's going to run during the biggest football game of the year. I mean, absolutely epic. It's a life-changing event. We had tens of thousands of small businesses apply, and it got narrowed down, and now we're down to the final 3.
As a small business journalist, I'm as passionate as you are in honoring small businesses and their accomplishments. So tell us, what makes these finalists so special?
Well, they have great stories, and one of them is a company called Death Wish Coffee. And it's a young man who sold his house, he moved home with his mother at the age of 30, and he started this coffee company. It's the world's strongest coffee or your money back. People love it. Then we've got a company called Chubbies, and it's 4 guys that met in college. They created initially a pair of shorts that pay homage to the short shorts their fathers wore back when they were kids. And then we have a company up in Buffalo, New York called Vidler's Five and Dime. They're a 3rd-generation family-run business, one of the world's oldest five and dimes, and you can get anything in that store that you could possibly imagine. I've got the yodeling pickle here, but you can get harmonicas, candles, cards, you name it. It's real Americana. And America had the opportunity to vote, and they decided that these were the 3 finalists who should be hopefully moving one step closer to that commercial that's going to run during the big game, and I'm excited to see who it is.
And so what is an ad like that worth to the winner?
It's hard to put a price on it because certainly the ad time is very expensive. As we know, every year a 30-second commercial for that football game goes up and up and up. Then you've got to produce it and get all the creative behind it, which is very expensive. But then there's real value in everything else that's going to happen because this thing could go viral. Certainly all the talk shows are going to be talking about it. You and I are talking about it today. So it's hard to put a price on it, but it is substantial.
Share some of the challenges facing small businesses.
Well, small businesses certainly are the backbone of our economy. And as you said in your introduction, they employ more people than any other sector of business. So it's absolutely vital. But oftentimes they have a hard time getting capital. And that's something that QuickBooks is trying to alleviate because small businesses, they work so hard, they're focused on their businesses every day. They don't have the time to fill out 500 pages of forms to get a small business loan. Secondly, oftentimes they don't get the community support that they deserve, and that's why we're doing this program. We're really doing this to shine a light on the importance of small business, to let people know, hey, big business is good, but most big business started out as small business, so we have to nurture that and incubate that because it's truly the birthplace of innovation.
How can a big game plan help a small business succeed?
Smallbusinessbiggame.com. There's videos of all the finalists on there. There's great information. I highly recommend you go and check it out because they have great stories.
Thanks, Bill, for sharing the excitement of a big game contest to help small businesses.
Thank you so much.
Around 500,000 people have been diagnosed with some form of multiple sclerosis in the U.S. Continued research in the past decade has brought a variety of innovative new treatment options to help people living with MS take control. Joining us to discuss these new treatment options for those living with MS is Dr. Ann Bass, the MS Clinical Director of the Neurology Center of San Antonio. Good morning, Dr. Bass.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Dr. Bass, explain what is MS and how does it affect a person?
MS is an autoimmune disease that affects the brain and the spinal cord. It just happened that the patient developed an antibody that attacked the insulation or the surrounding of the nerve fibers. And just like any electrical wire, when you lose that insulation, the electrical wire can't communicate to other electrical wire. And just like our nerve fibers in our brain and spinal cord, it can't communicate to each other. So that patient can present with a variety of signs and symptoms. They can have numbness, weakness, visual changes, imbalance. Every patient's different how they present, and every clinical course for each patient is different as well.
Does climate affect a person with MS?
Yes, actually it does. So we see more MS as you move above the equator, for example. We see it more in the Canadian in the North American, Scandinavian areas. As you move towards the equator, we actually see less MS in Central America, Latin America. In terms of having the disease and living in a more hotter climate, for example, patient can develop some symptoms that can be exacerbated during those times, because anytime things get heated, the patient's body temperature can cause more symptoms, for example.
Share some of your experiences in treating patients with MS.
We had literally an explosion of MS therapy that is designed for patients with relapsing forms of MS. We now have 11 FDA-approved MS therapies, one of which is very exciting, that was approved last year in November 2014, a medication called Lemtrada, which is given to patients 5 days the first year, 3 days the second year, and it could put them in clinical remission and clinical stability for well over 5 years. So these patients can actually lead a very full life. We found that in clinical trials, for example, it reduced relapse by about 49% compared to an active treatment, and it can slow down disability by about 42% against an active treatment.
So there is an individual treatment that will be appropriate for each MS patient.
Absolutely. It's a very individualistic approach, but it's also a shared decision approach. It should be about the patient discussing it with their individual healthcare provider to figure out what treatment is best for them.
Tell us about an upcoming MS event here in Miami and what will be discussed.
So there's a very exciting event called MS Exchange, sponsored by Genzyme, on December the 5th, that will be at the Western Colonnade Coral Gables in Florida. It is an opportunity for MS patients with relapses, forms of MS, and their care partners to come together and connect with other MS patients, learn about updated information about the disease, learn about new MS therapy, specifically Lemtrada, and be able to really equip them with a way to manage their signs and symptoms and be able to enhance their quality of life and live a very full life with this disease.
There's no cure for MS, is there?
You are correct. We don't have a cure for MS. It's a lifelong disease, but you can take control of this disease. I tell my patient that all the time. You have MS, don't let it have you. We now have treatment that can help you gain that control, manage the signs and symptoms of the disease, and live a very good quality of life.
And these events help MS patients to share their stories.
Absolutely. That's why I encourage patients to go on the website, not just to register for this event, but to see other events throughout the U.S. So the website is moreaboutomstreatment.com/events.
Thank you, Dr. Bass, for joining us this morning and sharing new treatment options for patients living with MS so that they can have a greater quality of life. Did you know more than 10 million Americans have undiagnosed eye problems and illnesses? Most people know how important an annual physical exam is by their family physician. But unfortunately, many are unaware of how important it is to get a comprehensive eye exam as well. Joining us to create awareness of the importance of eye exams are Dr. Lori Grover and Dr. Mark Chacot, Vice President and Clinical Director of LensCrafters. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
A recent meeting of healthcare professionals discovered the lack of public awareness of the importance of proper vision care. What disturbing facts were found?
The reality is that people are only getting their eyes examined a little more than every 2 to 2.5 years. And the challenge there is that there are eye diseases and systemic diseases that can impact the eye that can cause problems with vision, if not now, later on. And in fact, many of these issues, these diseases, don't have symptoms early on. So people tend to think that as long as they can see clearly, if they're seeing 20/20, everything is okay. And the reality is that we have challenges that can occur with eye diseases that don't have those visual symptoms. So overall, I think there is an opportunity, and I think this is really the take-home message from that meeting, that people need to get their eyes examined on a regular basis, and they need to have a comprehensive eye exam by an eye care practitioner.
Share some alarming statistics that came out of that meeting.
There are 10 million Americans that have an undiagnosed vision problem. And that means that these are people who could go on to lose significant sight. In addition, 80%, what we know for children, 80% of learning is visual. And there are yet 1 in 4 children are walking around with an undiagnosed vision problem. And then there are other health conditions that can impact the eye, like diabetes, like hypertension. 1 in 3 adult U.S. people in the U.S. Have a problem with blood pressure. They're walking around with hypertension, and that can obviously have impact for stroke and heart disease. And believe it or not, hypertension can be detected during a routine exam.
Dr. Grover, why is a comprehensive eye exam so important?
Well, there's several reasons. One is that a lot of problems with the eye and the visual system are silent and they don't have symptoms, and you don't see a problem with your child or with a family member. And that's really the job of the optometrist, to help you understand what's happening with your eye and visual system. There's not one particular measure or test that can be done to say everything is fine. So a comprehensive eye exam, like a physical exam, is a combination of information that we need to be able to know that the eye and the visual system is healthy, as well as the rest of the body. Diabetes is a huge epidemic, and what we're seeing is we are sometimes the first to diagnose diabetes or people who are at risk for diabetes and help prevent vision loss and other health problems that can result from having something go untreated.
A comprehensive eye exam means more than testing to determine if you're nearsighted or farsighted.
Right, it's looking at eye health, what's going on with the health of your eyes and the visual system, if your eyes are working well with your brain and the central nervous system, and what the rest of the body is happening, what's happening inside your the rest of the systems within your body. So overall, it's very important.
Diabetes is a sight killer, and not seeing appropriately can also affect our mental health.
Again, early intervention is key here, because people don't always have symptoms, particularly in the early stages of diabetes. So it allows us to make a timely referral to primary care, somebody's general practice doctor, to be able to diagnose and manage that diabetes early on. In terms of mental health, absolutely, and it starts in childhood. What we know is that 80% of learning is visual. So if children can't see, they can't learn, and are often left with a label like ADHD that really could be remediated. Their condition is really visual in base and could be remediated with a good pair of glasses.
All right, Dr. Grover, where can our viewers find more information on eye health and exams?
Well, you can get a lot of information off of the AOA.org website.
Lenscrafters.com is also a great source for eye health information. We would certainly encourage everyone to get their eyes examined as soon as you can.
Thank you, Dr. Grover and Dr. Chacot, for creating awareness of the importance of an annual comprehensive eye exam to ensure our overall general health.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Today's innovative business ideas were all accomplished through hard work and determination. Share with us your innovative business ideas to make a difference in the lives of others at facebook.com/Rose Lee Show, or follow us on Instagram @The Rose Lee Show. And watch this episode and many others here on ION Television, and past episodes at roseleearchershow.com. Thanks for joining us this morning, and we'll see you soon.